Hey yo, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Black Privilege. Before I start this off, I just want to, there's this expression that goes, truth without love is brutality, and love without truth is hypocrisy. So what I'm telling you this right now, I hope you understand that I'm saying what I got to say out of respect and admiration for everybody from the ADOS movement to people of color, so on and so on. Everything I tell you is coming out of love. So always remember that. However, I do plan on criticizing the ADOS movement, the African Descendants of Slavery movement, for what it is. Bad game theory. Cards on the table. I'm what you call patient zero of the person of color. I came to these United States in the 80s, just in time for the Reagan era boom. I went from Haiti to the 80s. I went from IET to Hulk Hogan. So the American propaganda was in full swing in the 80s. The American propaganda of criminally post-racialism was embedded in everything I watched, everything I read, and everything I saw. America was a beautiful place from day one to me because white people and black people got perfectly along and there's opportunities for everyone. USA, USA, USA. All right. I'm just saying that the brainwashing that I grew up with is so good that we're still celebrating it. My family are still celebrating it. My family are still benefiting from the efforts of African descendants of slavery who we never saw. So I understand the plight. I had to go back and read. I had to educate my mind about the slavery. I had to go back, just like reading old comic books, I had to go read back and chapter after chapter of everything American has done to disenfranchise black Americans. So I understand the plight. However, I might not be intelligent enough to explain game theory to you. So I have this one example. This just one example. It's a guy goes into a casino with $400. He leaves with $200 and has a great time. He has a great time. At the most, he had $4,000 in his pocket, but he refused to walk away from the table. He refused to go out and responsibly take his winnings and just walk away. That, my friends, is game theory. Choosing the least painful option. Because option number one was to not go into to the casino at all. Option number two was to walk away with your winnings. And option number three is to lose $200 out of the $400 you came with. I believe the ADOS movement is the walking away with $200. When I say that, I say that to mean that we know the Republicans are in dire straits. We know that they've been openly trying to bribe us. We know that their president is at best a recovering racist, but so far he's given monies to black colleges. He's rescued niggas out of Chinese prisons. He's liberated rehabilitated inmates. Donald Trump is openly and willingly trying to bribe more African Americans away from the Democratic Party, and so far it's been working out good. Donald Trump is the $4,000 option, whether you like it or not. Staying home is the Democratic option. Staying home means that we don't do nothing. We vote for Democrats, and we know full well that the Democratic Party are only interested in Hispanic issues. Black issues are too complicated because it brings too much shame to the white establishment. So they're only worried about the propaganda of hardworking Hispanics coming to this country for an opportunity. The Democratic Party is the party of La Raza. And La Raza, which means the race, is an Hispanic ethno-nationalist organization perpetuating the political interests of Hispanics. And they have us. They have us by the balls because we're over there voting for the Democratic Party 90% of the time. Thus, we're voting for a Hispanic patriarchy, a Hispanic power structure, a Hispanic advancement, a Hispanic development of land, resources, and wealth. We're holding up their picket signs like a bunch of dumbasses. And I understand. We know this. And we know this, which brings us to the ADOS movement. The ADOS movement is a passive-aggressive way to hurt Democrats. It's a full-on, snide way to lecture sedity, boule blacks about real suffering when they're talking about LGBT, trans inclusionary yaks. It gives you the comfort of knowing that before we go down, we're going to take out the Democrats with us. That's ADOS, a passive-aggressive way to hurt the Democratic Party. I am a conservative. I am a tradcon, a traditional conservative, pro-family, Christian, the usual. I'm putting all my cards on the table that I am openly hostile to the Democratic Party. So if you ever see me support the ADOS movement as a Haitian American, know full well that we have similar interests and, well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I want you to make a clear choice. If you're going to support the ADOS movement, you have to understand that we're not going to get reparations. It's not on Bernie Sanders' policy, and Bernie Sanders is going to be the front runner after y'all done fucked up Kamala Harris all nice and proper. And everybody else who sides with the reparations, the $1 trillion stimulus package for exclusive African descendants of slavery, after y'all support that and have forced the Democrat to support that, Donald Trump is going to win again. So heads, the Republicans win, tails, the Democrats lose. That is the game theory. You're just hurting the Democratic Party. That's it. Now, I don't pretend to know Yvette Carnell's full plan, so my opinion is subject to change upon further information. I'm open-minded like that, but that's what I see. Instead of taking your $4,000 winnings with the Republican Party, instead of staying home and just letting what's going to happen to the black community happen under the Democrats, just like it's happened to us in Chicago, just like it's happened to us in California. Just instead of being marginalized, you would rather fight the Democratic Party, hurt the Democratic Party, and just, you know what? We had nothing to do with Trump getting elected all over again. Bad game theory. I want us to win. Look, Donald Trump is a recovering racist. He's a recovering racist who's trying to bribe us. And I want to win. I want to win with the African-American community. So that is the line in the sand, ladies and gentlemen. Either you're going to go with the Blexit blacks, the black conservatives, be honest about it, and be honest that we do need border security. We do need to, if we're going to have a universal health care and open borders do not mix. You got to be honest with yourself about that. You got to be honest that we're not going to get specifically an individualized stimulus package, but we might get tax cuts. We might get tax subsidies. We might get rewarded for the good work that we're already doing, rather than the hope that throwing money at a problem of urban decay is going to fix it, which it never does. It absolutely never does. We're just going to give it back to the German automakers and the Jewish diamond merchants. So what's the point of having reparations? That's my honest truth. ADOS is bad game theory. You would rather have the satisfaction of injuring sedity black gatekeepers like Angela Rye and what's pork chop face, whatever, Roland Martin. You'd rather hurt them and hurt the Democratic Party than admit that the Democratic Party is wrong in the first place. This has been your boy, Black Privilege. That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it.